welcome to another episode of The Everyday Grind, where we come to share our experiences, learn from each other, and stay aware of events going on around us. I'm your host, William Obiano, and today's topic we'll be talking about preparing your finances before moving overseas. There's some essential steps around it. Now, if you'd like to have a conversation about this or share your thoughts about the topic, you can reach out to me on Twitter and Instagram at William Obiano. Now, relocating abroad, is a very exciting and it's a life-changing experience. A lot of us thinking about this in some form or the other, especially those of us who want to improve our lives or maybe that of our families because of living conditions, because of the insecurities that we might be facing, especially in the African countries, and the economic uncertainty. It tends to give a lot of stress, and people believe that moving abroad is going to improve their odds in life, make them live comfortably, and essentially to grow their income and live a chilled, soft life. But the thing is, it also has its own set of financial challenges that come along with it. For example, one of the common challenges that we might face is that you would need to have a lot of savings. Like, it's not something that you can just decide, okay, I want to travel and just, prepare your bags, pack everything together and just boom, travel. You need to prepare for this, and saving your money for this type of investments, it takes a lot. So it will require you to actually be very strategic and focused on saving money efficiently. So you have to budget your life. You'd be thinking about what is the number of people you might want to travel with. Do you want to travel alone, or do you have family members you might want to travel with? Or if you travel, do you want to see if you can bring some of your family members after you have gone there? This is part of the things you'll be thinking about. Another thing you'll be thinking about is like your housing arrangements. Like, when you want to go there, like, do you have somewhere that you're going to stay, a friend, a family member that might be able to support you for a few months while you try to get your head above water or get some sort of a job? You also need to consider whether you even have sufficient finances that might cover the cost that would entail you getting an apartment. If you want to get an apartment, are you looking to share this apartment? Are you looking to get an apartment only for yourself? How do you want to go about this? This is included in your planning and your process on saving. So some of these are the common challenges that you might face with it. Although there's even some of the things that you can consider, such as when you get an apartment, do you have enough money to cover the security deposit on the apartments that you'll be renting out first month, last month, maybe an agency fee included, and maybe up to 3 months of expenses that you might have for food, for bills, things like that. And then you now have to ask yourself the question is, what's your budget like right now? Are you living on a tight budget, or is your budget a bit flexible? Do you need to make some changes? Because these are factors that are very important, else you might find yourself borrowing money and getting into debt. Now, depending on the country that you're looking to travel, it's quite different rules for each country. So, the US has a different rule, the UK has a different rule. Some countries in Europe, like Germany, Spain, and Portugal, have different rules, especially when it comes to the immigration status of people coming into the country. And all of this should be considered. And you need to know and research about what are the laws that actually favor immigrants coming in, so that you don't become a liability, because they look at your documentations and your finances to understand whether you're going to be a liability coming into their country, and this is part of the factors that they would consider when they want to allow you come in. Another common challenge that you'd probably face would be moving your finances to a digital platform, because most of us use banks, physical banks, and in terms of their digital version of it is not very efficient. For me personally, I do have a physical bank, but I'm also using like crypto exchanges to store my some of my assets, my financial assets, because at any point in time, if you find yourself in a situation where your banks might take a long time to run a certain type of transaction, maybe you're looking to transfer money from your local accounts to the country of that you're going to, you're looking to transfer the money over there, you might be hearing things like 3 business days, 7 business days, and it's kind of challenging because you might find out that you might be in need of the money urgently and you won't be able to get it. So the convenience is not really there, and sometimes depending on your situation, you might want it fast. So the convenience is not there. It's not as easy as you think it is, because especially some banks use Swift, or you might want to use Western Union to run a transfer, or you might want to use some low exchange rates, because these are some of the factors that, if you don't consider it when converting your money, you would find yourself in a situation where you're paying more in charges and rates than you actually expected. So that is one of the factors again that you might want to consider when trying to make this type of change. Another common one is healthcare and insurance. Now, not everybody might, really focus on this, because I assume that most of us within our prime right now are quite healthy, but there are some people that might have underlying medical conditions. Maybe they're suffering from diabetes or some heart conditions, or things like that. Having the knowledge of the healthcare system in the countries that you're looking to go to is very important, especially if you have health issues and you're considering moving to a country that are very strict on in terms of like the healthcare of their residents, because their residents might be having like free healthcare, or maybe they subsidize the cost of healthcare, but they don't do that for the immigrants coming in, and would require you to purchase some sort of private insurance for your healthcare, for your health condition. You might have to consider that in your finances as well, and you might need to do your research to know, as an immigrant coming in, what are the options that are available to me, and plan your finances accordingly. And in some countries as well, like the health coverage that you might be purchasing as a package might have one or two things that might be required from you from the home country. Maybe they might say you need to have a certain type of insurance from your home country. That will be part of the documentations needed to help you adjust into their healthcare system problem efficiently. And finally, you can think about, this is going to take a huge financial strain on you, moving from your home country to the new country, and it's going to take a while for you to recuperate this money. So obviously you'll be thinking about how to get a job as fast as possible, as well as how to start a side income that would be able to help you grow, recuperate all the money that you have spent. So it's not something that is like super easy, but it's something that you can consider while you're trying to make that change, because relocating is a very, very good opportunity, and it's easy if you actually plan yourself properly. And you need to maintain your financial discipline. You need to ensure that the money that is in your banking system is moved to some sort of digital platforms. You need to know your exchange rates very, very well, just so that you don't pay a lot of money on your exchange in terms of rates. You also need to ensure that your healthcare and your insurance is on point, to make sure that you do not have any chances of finding yourself in some sort of like problems, especially from the healthcare sector. And you need to keep your mind open to starting a side hustle or running two jobs, just to get your finances back on track. And taking all this into account, you'd be able to make the most of this opportunity for you if you're moving out. So don't be intimidated by the process. With the right preparation, you can transition very, very smoothly. And another thing you should remember is, even though these are a couple of points that you can think about when doing your planning, talk to your friends that are outside of the country that you're looking to go to, and try to talk to some professionals that might be offering some services. Maybe there might be one or two things that they will tell you specifically for that country that you might need to find out. And yeah, this is about it. If you found any value with this, please make sure to share this with any of your friends that you think might need this. And I'm looking to hear your thoughts on the subject on Twitter and Instagram. And with that, take care and bye bye.